Farah Hanoun here in Amman, Jordan, alongside Jose Torres, who takes on Amir AlBazi tomorrow night at Brave Combat Federation 23 in Amman, Jordan. Jose, how are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. You just came off of the press conference and the weigh-ins. How was that whole experience like?
It was definitely different. My very first press conference, and obviously there's a language barrier from Arabic to Portuguese to English and so many different languages. So, I'm also not the main event or co-main event like I was in the last card. Sadly, I had to postpone it, so I only got one question. But overall, it's definitely a different but new experience. And I'm excited for something more like that to come soon enough.
And I was going to ask you, because in your last one you just said it, co-main, and now because it's in Jordan, there are a lot of local fighters and Jordanian champions and all that. But there is an advantage because it's going to be a packed house and the crowd there, like arguably one of the best crowds in the Middle East, if not the best. So there is that as well. You have an educated fan base with the Jordanian fans.
Well, that's the great thing. The only problem is, again, my last card, I was supposed to be the co-main event in the Philippines. It would have been a neutral crowd.
Yep.
But now, in a sense, I'm fighting an Iraqi, an Arabic fighter, and I'm an American. Usually they don't see Americans too kindly here. So for me, I'm technically, I got booed walking out for the open weigh-ins. So I can just imagine the crowd during the fight where I'm in the red corner. I am coming in last. So the crowd is technically going to be against me, but overall, it's part of the sport. I'm excited to experience something new.
And have you been seeing Amir around? Are you guys like cordial? Any issues or like that? Have you talked at all to him? Would you guys not make eye contact? What's it like being around him?
It's a little awkward, because I don't really respond to, social media and what, people are doing interviews and stuff like that. I don't care. I'm going to fight you regardless. And I guess throughout the whole week, he's been very cocky, very arrogant, and just all these interviews that he's been doing has been, just back and forth of just talking smack about me, which, hey, I'm happy that you're confident. But nothing ever comes in person, It's just more of kind of like awkward stares. I'm just like, hey man, how you doing? And we were in the sauna today. It is very different, but I'm just a very neutral person where I'm like, we're gonna fight regardless. Handshake, no, okay, cool. I guess we just kind of keep on going from there. But it is a big step for him, even though he is 11-0. He has a better record than I do. I'm the one that's the favorite. I'm the one that's very, very known, and to fight me, it's an accomplishment for him in general, because I know, one, I have a big resume, and two, a win over me is really going to skyrocket him in his career. So it is a big test for him, and I'm excited to put forth it.
Did you know who he was when they offered you the fight, and did you get a chance to watch his previous fights?
I didn't know who he was, but I saw the record. I had to. I think I got two guys before him, and sadly, both those opponents just weren't able to take it, and then we ended up getting Amir AlBazi. All the guys are around the same record, 11-0, 11-1, UFC vet. Now we ended up, with the Bellator veteran. It was just like, cool, man. Brave is not trying to, in a sense, pay me well, or we're trying to showcase Jose Shorty Torres. We're going to give you a guy that's 6-12 or whatever, and give you an easy fight. I think that's something that's really, really respectful and honorable about Brave, is that they're not trying to make easy fights. Like, yeah, there's sometimes a guy that you want to win, but for me, with the pay I'm getting and the way Brave has been treating me, they want to make me deserve it. And Amir AlBazi is 11-0, a great jiu-jitsu grappler, but can he take me down? I am an all-American wrestler. I am a person who likes to stand and bang and put on a great performance, but can he take me down and can he hold me down? And if he can hold me down, is he going to be able to implement the game that he usually likes to implement? I don't know, and that's something I'm extremely excited for. I mean, I've trained with some of the best down at American Top Team, one of them being Kyoji Horiguchi, who fights the day after I do. So it's just one of those things that, comparison-wise, practice-wise, I train with so many better people, but you never know. Fight day, he might get that one good shot, or he might get that submission, and he might be that high-level jiu-jitsu guy that you never expect. So I'm excited, and I think it's a great, great test for my Brave debut.
And I was going to ask you about training at American Top Team, not short of phenomenal training partners. Just how's your experience been like training there, and who's going to be in your corner?
It's been huge. I don't have any American Top Team corners. My coach, Master Bob Shermer, has been with me since I was 16 years old. That guy knows me like the back of his hand. It's one of those things where he knows if I'm upset or this or that. Like, he's spot on, and we're very, very in sync. Even though I go train down at American Top Team, I only do that because I need the bodies. And like you said, American Top Team has an abundance, and this is literally the only place I've ever been to where if, for example, Kyoji doesn't show up, I have three other guys, Pedro Munoz, Formiga, and Hannah Brown, so many more. And like, if those guys don't show up, I still have three more, and I can always specifically tailor it to whatever type of opponent. Like, that's the abundance that they have, not just in the middleweights, but also in the heavy and in the flyweight division, which for me, hey, I like to be a heavyweight, but that's huge for a small guy. That's usually, we have the small guy problems where we have to bump up a couple times, but it is a huge advantage, and I get to stay in the dorms. Honestly, it's like the Olympic Training Center, but for MMA, and it really is a beautiful experience. I work with Dean Thomas down there, and I'm excited to really showcase the best Jose Shorty Torres out there.
And I'd asked you previously if you felt there were title implications. Now, there isn't a current flyweight champion because they did try to introduce the inaugural title. Velimir Aleskerov, he missed weight, so he won the fight, but he wasn't crowned champion. So currently there is no champion. Do you feel the win over Amir that you could be fighting for the title?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is they have guys with just tremendous records and huge backgrounds. I know one of them is a multiple-time ADCC world champion in jiu-jitsu, and they're giving all these guys jiu-jitsu guys, which I'm like, I just want to put on a stand-up performance. I want to fight a guy like Felipe Efrain at 135 where he just wants to put on a show and stand and bang. And that's my type of thing, but a lot of these guys are world-class jiu-jitsu, artists, and I have nothing against that, but sometimes people want to see some hands being thrown, and for me, I like to be fan entertaining. I can't tap people out. I can't take you down or hold you down, but sometimes, I want to, all my flyweight fights have ended by a finish by a TKO. And for me, I'm trying to keep on that like hype train and do my thing. I wasn't given a fair share of my last 2 fights in the UFC, 45 days, 54 pounds. It was a lot to do, and I do attest that to my last loss, but hey, it's part of the sport. After 33 straight wins, it's bound to happen. So for me, I'm ready to get back on track and just have a good time doing it.
And I know Bantamweight is on your mind, but like you just said, you feel like you have something to prove at flyweight just because you had those last couple of fights on short notice. Do you feel like you have unfinished business at flyweight, then you'll think about 135, or how are you approaching it?
Well, I'm definitely one of those fat and happy type of people where I'd love to go 35 anytime, any day, but I'm still young. I'm 26 years old, not in my prime yet, and that's the best thing is as long as I adapt my training and eating schedule properly, which is something I always struggle with. Again, I have nutrition, which is awesome, and he's great with the last-minute weight cuts and phenomenal with that, but we're trying to implement a better weight cut and slowly manage my weight down, and that's something that we're definitely going to do for the next one. I was being a little too fat and happy for this one. I struggled a little more than I wanted to. But overall, I got the work done. I got it down, and I'm just excited to have a blast. But for me, I do want to do both weight classes. I did what I did in Titan FC. I ended up being the flyweight champ, defended it, bumped up, bantamweight champ, defended it, and then went back down. So for me, I'd like to do the same thing, repeat it, but I got people in front of me and folks that have to beat up in my way.
One last thing before I let you go. How do you envision this fight with Amir going down? Do you have a prediction?
It's crazy. He ended up predicting a second-round finish against me. I'm assuming for him, it is like a rear naked choke, armbar, stuff like that, jiu-jitsu related. I can see it being a second-round TKO for me, but overall, I just don't see him being able to take me down. And if he can't take me down, can he hold me down? And that's the biggest thing is, again, he does have the advantage because he is trying to take me down. I have to be a little wary on that, but overall, I have the conditioning. I'm used to 5-round fights. I have the advantage of fighting more experienced fighters and being in a bigger stage. Again, I was in the UFC. I'm down here in Brave, and it's the crowd is going to be ridiculous. But he has the advantage where he has a crowd against me. So it's going to go back and forth. I'm really excited, but I'm going for a second round TKO. But I'd like to get the first round finish, get it over and done with, and enjoy a great show after that.
All right, guys, you can catch Jose Torres tomorrow. The show starts at 6 p.m. local time. If you're in the United States, Fight TV. If you're in the Middle East, Abu Dhabi Sports 4. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.